Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are healthy and safe. Welcome back to our virtual classes. Let's continue our studies with chapter 4, Simplification. Now, before starting with the chapter, let's have an interesting activity. Let's play a simple game. So, start. Recall your birthday date. Everyone, recall your birthday date. I'm also recalling my birthday date. Now, add 8 to it. Subtract 2 from it now. Multiply the result by 2. Now, again add 3 to the result. And now stop. So everybody have got some answer as everybody have different birthday dates, right? So what do you do here? You just followed the sequence of instructions that I gave you, right? I said that recall your birthday date. You recalled your birthday date. Then I said add 8, you added 8. Then I said subtract 2, you subtracted 2. And one by one you have followed the instructions, right? Now let me recall my birthday date and let me tell you the answer that I have got. Now my birthday date is 8. I said add 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Then I said subtract 2. So 16 minus 2 is 14. Then I said multiply 2. So 14 multiplied 2 is 28. Then I said add 3. So 28 plus 3 is equal to 31. So one by one I have added, then I subtracted, then I multiplied, then again I added. So if I try to write down these operations together, like if I don't do it step by step, I write all the expression together. So I get the expression as 8 plus 8. Then I was asked to subtract 2 minus 2. Then I was asked to multiply 2. So I have written multiply 2. Then I was asked to add 3. Then I added 3 plus 3. So if you see the expression that is written at the bottom, this is the sequence of instruction that I got. I have written the operations in the sequence that I was told. 8 plus 8 minus 2 multiply 2 plus 3. So we call this as an expression. So I have got like this. You might also have got some expression different than this, but the arithmetic operations like plus, minus, multiply and again plus, these are fixed in all the answers that you have got. The digits should be different because the birthday date was different. The first digit can be different, but the rest of the expression is same like I have got, right? So let us see what this game, what this activity have in relation with the chapter simplification. We are very much familiar with the 4 basic operations on numbers. For 4 basic operations, all of you remember: plus, minus, multiply, divide. So sometimes we need to do 2 or more operations, 2 or more than 2 operations in the same example, right? So like if we get only one operation like 5 plus 3, that is 8, it is okay. If I get more than 2 operations, like if I get 5 plus 3 minus 1, so 5 plus 3 is 8, minus 1 is 7. So there can be more than 2 operations in the same example. So solving such examples to get a number as the answer is called simplification. Understood? What is simplification? When we need to do 2 or more than 2 operations together in the same example. So that is called as simplification. Understood the meaning? Simplification. Now let us see different ways of solving the same problem. I have a question. I have an expression, like you got an expression in the game. Similarly, I can have another expression, and the expression is 20 plus 2 multiply 5 minus 1. So I gave the same question to 3 different students, right? So the first column is the solution of the first student, the second column is the solution of the second student, and the third column is the solution of the third student. So we will explore all the solutions one by one. Now, because there are these three students are different, so they will use different mind, and there are so many operations in the question, like we have addition also, we have multiplication also, and we have subtraction also. So it's student's choice to do the whether he want to do addition first of all, or subtraction first of all, or multiplication first of all. So let us see the three different minds of three different students, right? So let's start with the first student. So the first student decided that he will add first of all. So I have underlined the addition of two numbers, right? Now look at the second column. The second student decided that I will subtract first of all. So he will subtract 5 minus 1. He will subtract 1 from 5. So I have underlined 5 minus 5. Now the third student decided that I will neither add nor subtract. I will multiply first of all. So he will multiply 2 and 5. So I have underlined 2 multiply 5. See, fine. So let us see one by one. So let us see the solution of first student. Now the first student decided to add first of all. So he added 20 and 2, and he find out as 20 plus 2 is 22. The rest of the question is same. Multiply 5 minus 1, and then he multiplied 22 and 5 to get 110, then minus 1, and then in the last step he subtracted 1 from 110, and he find out the answer as 109, and he said, ma'am, I have done, I got the answer as 109. Now the second student says, ma'am, I got a different answer. I got 88 as my answer. I say how? Please show me your solution. So he said that, ma'am, I started with the subtraction part. I subtracted 1 from 5. The first step was subtraction. So 5 minus 1 is 4. The rest of the question is same. 20 plus 2 multiply 4. Then I added 20 and 2 to get 22, and then I multiplied 22 by 4 to get 88. So this is how I get to 88 as the answer. Alright, I said okay, you are also correct. Now the third student says, ma'am, I neither get 109 as the answer, nor I got 88, I got 29 as the answer. So let me see the solution of the third student as well. Now what did third student do? The third student selected to perform multiplication first of all. So he multiplied 2 and 5 first of all to get 5 2s are 10. So 20 and minus 1 is same. So 20 plus 5 2s are 10. He wrote 10, then minus 1 later on, then minus 1. Then in the next step he says, ma'am, I did 20 plus 10, then I added. So 20 plus 10 is 30 and minus 1. And then in the last step, I subtracted 1 from 30 and I get 29 as the answer. So correct. I say, yes, you are also correct. So all the three students are correct. But then you people argue, ma'am, the question was same, but the answers are different. How could it be? Right? So it cannot be like this. My answer is that it cannot be like this. All of you are wrong. So the students, did you get surprised? Right? Are you surprised or not? The question is same, but three different students are getting three different answers. Why? Because they did not follow any rule. They just started with the thing that came into their mind. If the student liked addition, he did addition first of all. Another student liked subtraction, he did subtraction first of all. Another student liked multiplication, so he did multiplication first of all. Now if I give this question to the fourth student will be getting the fourth different answer. So this criteria is wrong, right? If the question is same, the answer should also be same. If I give this question to 10 students, the 10 students should get 10 same answers, but here we are getting 3 different answers. So the thing is, why it happened like this is because they did not follow any rule. So we have to learn a rule so that we can understand that what sequence of operation we should use so that we can get a correct answer and all of us can get the same answer. So let us learn one rule which will provide you the same answer. And the rule is BODMAS. BODMAS. B means bracket, O stands for off, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. The name of the rule is BODMAS. So this rule gives us the sequence of operation that you have to follow, right? If you change this sequence like the three students did, this answer will be different. But if all of you will follow this sequence of solving the question, this sequence of operations of solving the question, all of you will get the same answer. So B stands for bracket. If you see any bracket in the question, that bracket has to be solved first of all. Second is O, off. If you see off in the question, then you will solve off after that. Then D stands for division. So this you have to follow when you have all the operations in the question, like you have division also, multiplication also, addition also, subtraction also. So you have to select the preference, and the preference will be selected with the help of this rule. So before doing multiplication you have to do division, right? If the question have division and subtraction, so subtraction comes later on in the BODMAS rule. D comes first, so you have to perform division first and then subtraction. It's not your choice that you have to do subtraction then you will do division. You cannot do like that. Fine. So you have to follow this sequence of BODMAS. First division, then multiplication, then addition, and then subtraction. Now let's try to solve the questions using this rule, and then you will see that you will get the same answer. Now before solving the questions, just see what is DMAS. BODMAS, this is the part of BODMAS. We have removed B and O and the rule becomes DMAS. What is DMAS? Division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. For operations involving only 4 basic operations, the rule simply becomes DMAS rule. Means if the question does not have bracket, if the question do not have off in it, so there are 4 operations, DMAS, so we use this rule. The order of the letters is also the order in which the operations on the numbers are to be solved, right? So the order is DMAS. So this is the order in which you have to do the operations, like you have to do division first of all, then multiplication, then addition and subtraction at the last. One more point to be noted is, if any problem have only 2 operations, that is addition and subtraction, then what do we do in such case, right? Like in BODMAS or DMAS, we have sequence A and S, addition first of all and then subtraction, right? So let us see few examples where we have addition and subtraction, and let us see how do we do that. Now let us see a case in which there are 2 operations, addition and subtraction. 6 minus 2 plus 3, but subtraction is given before addition, right? 6 minus 2 plus 3. Here subtraction is given before addition. So what do we do in such a case? We change the order of numbers, we rearrange them and then perform addition first. You cannot do 6 minus 2 as 4 and then plus 3 as 7 and you find out the answer as 7. No, this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because according to BODMAS, addition should be performed first of all and then subtraction, right? So addition first of all does not mean 2 plus 3, right? In this particular case, you have to be very careful. There comes in between one more step of rearranging the numbers again. So you have to understand the sign of the number as well at this step. like 6 minus 2 plus 3. Now minus 2, minus is the sign of 2, and then afterwards plus 3, plus is the sign of 3. Now you will ask me, what is the sign of 6 then? Because 6 is in the front, it is a positive number, so 6 does not have any sign. Minus is the sign associated with 2, and plus is the sign associated with 3. You will learn about positive and negative numbers in class 6. Here just understand the sign. If the sign is there before a number, then this sign is associated with that number. Like minus is the sign of 2 and plus is the sign of 3. So in this particular case, what you have to do is you have to rearrange the numbers. Now shift 3. Now the question is 6 minus 2 plus 3, right? So first of all, rearrange this numbers. Now rearrangement means shift 3 with its sign. Like the first number is 6, 3, the sign of 3 is plus, so shift this. Plus 3 comes before, and minus 2 shifts later on, right? So the expression becomes 6 plus 3 minus 2, right? Now you have to follow the Bodmas rule. If the first step goes wrong, if rearrangement goes wrong, and later on the steps are correct, then it does not give you the correct answer and it is useless. So you have to be careful at the very first step of rearrangement. Now I got the step as 6 plus 3 minus 2. Now it is easy. 6 plus 3 is 9 and minus 2, and we get the answer as 7. So be careful about this point as well. Now let's start with exercise 4.1. Let's solve the questions so that the concept becomes more clear to you. This is your notebook work, the parts that I have solved here. You also have to solve it in your notebook. The solution step by step is given here. Now question number 1, simplify. A part, 8 plus 3 minus 2. So here we have addition and subtraction in the question. So we just did one point, like when we have two operations, addition and subtraction in the question, we have to be careful about the order, right? So using D mass, I have not written here board mass because B and O, bracket and off, is not there in the question, so you can write D MAS here. So 8 plus 3 minus 2. So here we have addition before subtraction, so this case is okay. This is not wrong. So always underline, like I have underlined 8 plus 3. Always underline the step that you are solving, right? So in the next step, 8 plus 3 is 11 and minus 2 will be written as it is. Then in the next step, 11 minus 2 is 9. So this is how you have to find out the answer. C part, 3 minus 52 plus 60. Here again addition and subtraction, so we have to be careful again. So solution, 3 minus 52 plus 60 is the question. So here subtraction is there before addition. So what do we do? What should we do? We have to rearrange. We have to shift 60 with its sign, with its plus sign. We shift plus 60 towards 3 and we shift minus 52 backward, right? Shifting means, rearrangement means shifting the number also and shifting the sign also. It does not mean changing the sign. You cannot write like plus 52 and minus 60. You cannot write like this. Some students do like this, 3 plus 52 minus 60. They shift the sign. No, you don't have to shift the sign. You have to shift the number also and you have to shift the sign of that number also, right? So 60 plus 60 is shifted with 3 and minus 52 is shifted backward. So rearrangement is done, and now following DMAS rule, addition first of all. So 3 plus 60, I have underlined 3 plus 60, that is 63 minus 52, and the last step is easy. We have 63 minus 52 and the answer is 11. So be careful at the first step and then you can solve all the steps easily. E part, 50 plus 30 divided by 100. So here two operations are addition and division. So no need to worry, no rearrangement here. Rearrangement is done only in the case of addition and subtraction, right? Remember this. Here no rearrangement is there. You only have to follow the BODMAS rule or the DMAS rule. So addition and division. Now DMAS, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So I think division comes first, D comes first, so it means we have to divide first of all. So I have underlined the division part, 30 divided by 10. Now the front part, 50 plus 3, 50 plus 50 and plus remains same here. In the next step you have to first of all write down 50 plus. Okay, so you have written 50 and plus. Now 30 divided by 10, divide it in the rough side. When you divide 30 by 10, the answer is 3. So we write down the answer at this step, 50 plus 3. So 50 plus 3 is 53. So this is how we find out the answer. Now let's move on to the F part. 27 divided by 9 multiply 8. So two operations, division and multiplication. We have to see the preference, DMAS, division and then multiplication. So division first of all. So I have underlined 27 divided by 9. So in the next step, divide it in the rough side. Divide 27 by 9 in the rough side and write down the answer in the next step, and the answer is 3. Multiply 8. So we have written multiply 8 after that. 3 multiply 8 and 3 multiply 8 is 24. So 24 is the final answer. H part, 63 divided by 7 minus 9, and J part, 7 multiply 3 minus 2. Now the solution is there in front of you and you have all understood the BODMAS rule. Try to do these questions yourself. If any doubt persists, we will clear it in the virtual session. Question number 2, simplify. B part, 100 minus 81 divided by 9 plus 3 multiply 3. So here we have 4 operations: subtraction, division, addition and multiplication. We have all the 4 operations here. So we have to select the preference according to the rule, and the rule is DMAS, right? So division first of all. So write the complete question again. Underline the step that you are solving. Like we are solving division, so I have underlined 81 divided by 9. The rest of the numbers and the rest of the signs remains same. 100 minus is written in front, so we will write it in the front in the next step as well. 81 minus 9, do it in the rough side and write the answer in the next step. So 81 divided by 9 is 9, so I have written 9 in the next step. Plus 3 multiply 3 remains same. Now the second step is clear. Now third step. For solving the third step, we have to select that now we have 3 operations: subtraction, addition and multiplication. Now again follow DMAS rule. So we have M first of all. So we will do multiplication first of all. It's not your choice that you can subtract, you can add, you can multiply. It's not your choice. The choice is according to the rule. So the rule says that you have to do multiplication first of all. So 3 multiply 3 I have underlined. Now 3 3s are 9. Only this answer will change. The rest of the question remains the same. So it is 100 minus 9 plus 9. We reached this step. Now at this step, if you see clearly, you will see the point that we discussed 5 minutes ago. At this step, you have 2 operations, addition and subtraction in the question. Now, forget the above question. Now, your question is 100 minus 9 plus 9. It's not your choice to to subtract first of all, to add first of all. Now the rule is that you have to rearrange here. Why rearrange here? Because we have subtraction before addition, right? So in this case you have to rearrange the numbers. How to rearrange? You have to shift plus 9 with 100 and you have to shift minus 9 later on, means afterwards. So backside means 100 plus 9 minus 9. So I have done the rearrangement. After rearrangement I get a step 100 plus 9 minus 9. Now the question becomes easier. First add and then subtract. So after adding you get 109 minus 9. Then last step, subtract 9 from 109, you get 100 as the answer. Let's try to solve C part now. 6 plus 63 divided by 3 minus 3 multiply 6. So again we have 4 operations here: addition, division, subtraction, multiplication. Using the rule, which operation first of all? Division first of all. So I have underlined the division case. 63 divided by 3. Divided in the rough side you will get the answer as 21. Now how to write the answer? In place of 63 divided by 3 we will write its answer. So the rest of the number remains the same. 6 plus 21 minus 3 minus 6. Now forget the above step. Now this question, now your question is 6 plus 21 minus 3 multiplies 6. Now here we have 3 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication. So according to the Demas rule, multiplication first of all. So underline the multiplication case. 3 multiply 6. 3 multiply 6 is 18, so I have written 18 below that and the rest of the question remains the same. 6 plus 21 minus 18. Now at this step again you have to be careful because we have addition and subtraction here, but the case is okay. Why? Because addition is before subtraction. You have to be careful when subtraction is before addition. Right, so it is easy. 6 plus 21 is 27, so I have written 27 below that and minus 18 remains same. Then 27 minus 18 gives you 9, which is the final answer. Now next is D part. 56 divided by 8 multiply 3 minus 3. So we have 3 operations in the question: division, multiplication and subtraction. So using Demas rule, division first of all. So underline 56 divided by 8. Divided in the rough side and write down the answer below that. So the answer is 9 and the rest of the question as it is: multiply 3 minus 3. Now at this step we are left with 2 operations: multiplication and subtraction. So following the preferences according to the rule, multiplication first of all. 9 multiplied 3 is 27, minus 3 remains same. Now next step, 27 minus 3, which is 24. That is the final answer. So this is how you can solve these types of questions. Now E and F part are solved in front of you. Try to do it yourself according to the knowledge that you have gained. If you encounter any doubt, then we will discuss it in the virtual session. Try to solve the J part also yourself. Be careful about the rearrangement in between the step. If you see a case of addition and subtraction is there before addition. I hope the board mass rule is clear to everyone. You have to solve all these questions in your notebook and we will discuss all your doubts in the virtual session. Thank you.